Welcome, hockey fans, back to Cockburn Ice Arena for this penultimate day of the TANGE Ginsburg National Championships. The under-18s TANGE, the under-13 Ginsburg. Starting off this morning, first game of the final two games of the round robin for the TANGE tournament. This one between Queensland and Victoria. Doesn't mean anything in the final standings. Victoria Victoria has clinched first place overall, tied with New South Wales in points, but New South Wales, or Victoria by virtue of a victory over New South Wales, will end up in first. Queensland can't catch New South Wales. South Australia in fourth place can't catch Queensland. So the final positioning for the semifinals have been set. So these guys are just playing to get their game in shape and ready to go for the semifinals later on today. Queensland, we've got Nathan Fixter, number 2. Hopefully he'll see some action today. Struggling with a bit of a niggling injury. Barrett Mannix, number 4. Fred Hawes, number 11. Winston Mannix, number 12. Jackson Stanek, number 19. Jace Haley, number 20. Didier Delgady, number 24. Number 28, Bryce Hodges, the captain. Number 42, Oliver Smith. Number 44, Ozzie Partridge. Number 47, Jack Molly. Number 55, Sammy Rippon. Number 77, Hunter Boland. Number 81, Alex DeGraff. Number 87, Mason Lumpton. The goaltenders, number 1, Kayla Arthur, the starter for today's game, and number 45, Liam Robinson. Head coach, Nathan Dial. Assistant coaches, Taffy Smith and Matthew Summers. Team manager is Rachel Hodges. For the home side, designate for this game, Victoria, number 1, Rowan Barrett. Number 2, Joseph Zanlugi. Number 3, Nico Terminen. Number 4, Lachlan Hodge. Number 6, Jet Porter. Porter. Number 7, Alvin Chan. Number 8, Anson Chan. Number 9, Flynn Gower. Number 10, Lucas Hunter. Number 11, Mitchell Collins. Number 12, Keenan Nelson. Number 13, Artem Astafeev. Number 15, Raphael Lakandula, the captain. 16, Leo Lynn. 18, Jared Downs. 19, Lucas A. Number 20 in goal, Thomas Pappas. And number 31, Corey Dang. I see Corey Dang is getting the start for this morning's game. Coaches, Joseph Nyamuka, assisted by Steve Zanlugi, and team manager Emma Poynton. As we get set for the opening faceoff, referee Owen Coral at the center ice dot. Hayden Rogers, the other man with the red armbands on, and right off the faceoff, shot on goal for Queensland. Vince Giblin and Nick Eyre on the lines. Face-off will come to the left of Arthur. Shot, score! Right off the draw. Back to number 15 for Victoria. The captain, Raphael Lakandula, buries one far side on Arthur. That makes the score 1-0 early. Victoria gets it to the Queensland zone, taking a bit of a high hit as he came into the zone. Number 11 for Victoria, Collins. Out comes the puck. Smith chips it ahead. Up for it is number 81, DeGraff. He goes behind the net. Lakandula, he swings around, stops up at his own face-off dot. D-to-D. Up to number 12 for Victoria. Chipped into the zone. Queensland making the first change of the game. Mannix tries to get it out. He rims it around. Up to a waiting Hodges. He chips it ahead into the zone. After it, Barrett chips it over to Estefeev behind the goal. Partridge, light bump on Barrett, and it gets fired back down the ice. Rippin back for it. He fires it up into the neutral zone, chipped into the Victoria bench by Partridge, and that'll go for a face-off in the neutral zone, just outside the Victoria zone. Victoria defending the goal to the right as the home team. Queensland goal to the left. Early morning, back comes Victoria. That's Chan, Alvin Chan, dumps it into the corner. After it is Gower, into the corner, picked up by Queensland to the blue line. They just chip it back into the neutral zone. In it comes, that's number 19 on the forecheck. Say gets it behind the goal. Back again. Looking for an opening in front. Taken out by number 77, Boland. Picked up by Queensland. They dump it to the blue line. Shot back on goal. Boland pins his man to the board. Puck comes to the front of the net. Off the skate of Terminen. Rimmed around the boards. That's not going to go for icing. Right on goal. In comes Stanek to the neutral zone. Porter picks it up, gets it in, picks off the attempted clearing attempt, and backhand into the neutral zone. Stanek comes down. He gets pinched out by Porter. The puck goes behind the net. Stanek after it, he picks it up, reverses in behind the goal. DeGraff, he goes into the corner, looking for an option, gets it to the front of the net. Fires it wide. Rippin, he backhands it into the zone. Behind the goal, intercepted. Queensland, they fire it onto the goaltender from the half boards, and he freezes it for a stoppage. Face off to the left of the goaltender. Won by Queensland, or Victoria. Chipped out of the zone, delayed offside. Back comes Victoria up onto the wing. That's number 7 over the line. Alvin Chan takes a shot towards the goal. Deflects into the corner, back to the blue line. Cross seam pass into the face-off dots. Porter with the snipe over the shoulder of Arthur to make it 2-0. Two nothing early, 11:40 to go in this first period. Victoria taking advantage of their opportunities. That first goal, Lakadula from Porter off the faceoff. That second goal, Porter will get the assists in a moment. Puck goes back into the Victoria zone. Behind the goal with it, out comes number 12, Nelson. He gets the blue line, dumps it deep. No, it's just his side of the red line. And beating out the icing was Boland. So it'll come back into the Victoria zone. Well, they're talking about it briefly here. I thought maybe he got the line. But no, it comes back into the Victoria zone to the left of the goaltender. Face off won by Victoria, back into the corner. just out over the blue line. Queensland will have to reset. Nice pass up the middle of the ice. Deflected into the zone after it is Stanek. He gets it to the front of the net. Down goes the Queensland player behind the goal as he got tangled up with his own feet. Hawes keeps it in. Good job there. That was DeGraff that went down behind the goal. Behind the goal it goes. Number 11 for Victoria. Chips it out into the neutral zone. Picked off by Bolin. Porter, he picks it up. Takes it in deep. Bolin gets the stick on the puck, but Porter keeps control. Back to Collins. Collins just puts it back to the blue line, just inside the zone. Puck cleared in the zone. Now back into the neutral zone. Just chipped. And Hodges kicks it off his skate up onto his stick and dumps it back in, but back comes Victoria. Shot deflected into the corner to the blue line. Back down the ice it goes. Just picked up by number 19, Saya, at the blue line. D to D, over to Porter. Porter up on the wing. Wide across the blue line. Shot blocked into the corner as Collins couldn't get his shot to go through. He picks up the loose puck. Back into the corner. Stolen by Queensland, and they get out of the zone as number 12 for Queensland takes a hit to get the puck out. Queensland, Haley over the blue line, takes the hit. Goes down, the puck slides into the zone. Back comes Victoria. Onto the ice is Smith. Victoria behind the goal. Nice cross seam pass. On the backhand though. Couldn't handle it. Back to the front of the net. Deflected in front. And Queensland clears that out of the zone. Back comes Barrett. Takes a shot. That went off the side of the net. Back to the front it comes. Stanek. He's breaking out. 3-on-1. 3-on-2 now as Victoria was making a change. Getting it to the front of the net was Stanek. But Victoria will take over. Good steal by Stanek on the forecheck. Gets it back to Barrett. Change being made. That was very close to too many men. Chipped off the boards. Out into the neutral zone. Partridge over the line. He's got Bolin going to the net. Dumped back into the corner. Molly picks it up. Now Victoria, as they come out of the zone, chip it down the ice. After it, number 8 for Victoria, Anson Chan. He gets it, puts it off the back of the pad of the goaltender, Arthur. Out into the slot, back comes Hodges. Chips it over onto the wing to Molly. Takes the shot, that's high and wide. And back comes Victoria on the break. 2-on-2, Astafeev over onto the wing. Hard shot off the shoulder. On the rebound, that's number 2, Joseph Zanlugi. As he buries it over the shoulder of Arthur. The initial shot by, I believe that was Astafeev. It might have been number 16, Lynn, in front on the rebound as it bounced out right onto the stick of number 2 for Victoria for a 3-0 Victoria lead. Back into the Victoria zone and out on the rush, number 10, Lucas Hunter. He takes it deep. Gets it into the front of the net. That goes all the way back to the blue line and out. Up onto the half boards. Hawes takes a light bunch. back into the zone, but offside was number 2, Fixter. That second goal, Chan, number 7, Alvin Chan from Astafeev and Hodge at 11:40, and Zanlugi from Hodge and Astafeev at 7:15. 3-0 the score. Off the draw, Victoria coming back looking for more, dumping it deep into the goal scorer, Zanlugi. Rimmed around the boards to the blue line. That's Barrett, fires it on goal. Arthur freezes it. 6:32 to go in this first period. 9-2 shots on goal. Late change for Queensland as Haley goes onto the ice. Takes the draw. Won the loss. Up onto the boards. Smith can't handle the pass. Chipped out into the neutral zone. Down comes number 81, DeGraff. He takes it into the corner. Victoria intercepts. Back to the blue line they come. 2-on-2. 4 Queensland players now back on the back check. Into the zone. Fired to the front of the net. Picked off by Queensland's Haley. He loses it. Number 6, Jet Porter, comes into the zone. Barrett takes the shot, deflected wide. Going to be a penalty here. Looks like it's coming to Queensland. As number Victoria maintaining possession in the zone. That's Collins, I believe it is. Gets the shot onto the half boards. Shot towards the front of the net. That goes off the skate of number 55 for Queensland. And coming to the box. Just waiting to see who it is.
Queensland, 77, minor penalty, interference.
Minor penalty for interference. You heard the referee with the call to number 77, Hunter Boland. See his dad around the rink taking pictures. Face-off won by Victoria. Dumped into the zone. Behind the goal it goes. And I'm sure you don't need a reminder now. You've heard it often enough. The scoreboard for the penalty kill clock is glitching. Stanek on a short-handed attempt. Into the zone. Astafeev makes a move outside in, takes a shot, a high and wide. Cross seam pass. Catch and release. Astafeev picks it up behind the goal. Swings around onto the half boards, tries the long pass, and out to the blue line, and out it comes as it was a bit of a floppy pass. Back into the zone. Alvin Chan, he sets up, gets it to the front of the net, trying to get it onto the stick of Hodge. It's fired back down the ice. So, penalty time clock not even up on the board right now. But we know that the penalty will expire at 3:30. Back into number 12 for Victoria. Nelson, he fans on it. And down the ice it goes. 30 seconds to go in this power play. Not a lot of zone pressure. Tipped with a high stick by the Victoria player. Touched by his teammate, and that'll go for a face-off just outside the Victoria zone. 3:53 to go. 23 seconds left in that penalty to Hunter Boland. Back into the zone it comes. Ripping after it. He gets it behind the net, puts it off the boards but not out. Intercepted by number 8 for Victoria. Barrett, he sets up at the blue line, takes a shot towards the goal. And Arthur pounces on that for a stoppage. Nine seconds to go in the power play. Face off to the left of Arthur. Won by Queensland. Out comes Partridge. Dumps it down the ice as the penalty is about to expire, and it does. Out of the box comes Boland to the bench. All even. Tried to hit Molly. Intercepted by number 10 for Victoria. And back the puck is fired by Lakandula into the corner. Behind the goal. Fired high, top shelf, as the puck came out of the corner, right onto the stick of the Queensland player. That's number 5 for Victoria, excuse me. And he buries it over the shoulder of the Victoria goaltender for goal number 4. False start at the face-off. Just confirming that goal, number 5. I don't have him on my list. That might be one of the reserve players. As the puck gets fired behind the goal, picked up by Boland. The smooth skating D-man takes it down the left side. Takes it into the corner. Stanek behind the goal. Queensland looking to break the goose egg. Big hit by number 81 in the corner. That's DeGraff, but out it comes into the neutral zone. Victoria hits the line, drop pass to no one, picked up by DeGraff, and back Queensland comes, a 2-on-2 to the net, into the corner it gets played. Back to the front of the net, that goes off the back of the net, into the far corner. Back into the zone, a bit of a delay, close to being offside, the captain back for it. He can't pick it up. Haley goes behind the net. Gets it back to the blue line. Mannix takes a shot. That's well wide. Behind the goal again is Victoria. That's Mannix. Back to the blue line to his brother, Keenan Mannix, or Winston Mannix. Back to the blue line. Gets fired down the ice right on goal. Arthur has to get the paddle down on that. Back comes Queensland, just looking for that first goal. Back to Lakadula. Behind the goal. Back comes Queensland, looking for the breaking Queensland forward, Zanlugi. Good pass by number 15 for Victoria. Just skipped over his stick as he's split the D and gotten in behind. Back to the front of the net, off the skate of the Victoria player, off the stick of Partridge as he circles in behind the goal. He rims it around the boards. Hodges picks it up. And out they come. Hodges takes it over the blue line, or red line, over the blue, into the zone, takes the shot. That's high and wide. Hodges, he turns around and fires it towards the goal. And that'll do it for this first period. All Victoria. that goal by number 3, Terminen, assisted by Chan, to make it 4-0 with 3:05 to go in the period. Have a 2-minute break as the teams reset. Queensland trying to generate some options here and some offense. Victoria happy with that first period, up 4-0. They're just basically setting themselves up for the semifinal, as are Queensland. Looks like Queensland will be up against New South Wales in one semifinal, and Victoria against South Australia in the other. Logan Brody leading the scoring race with 24 points. Remler Jensen, 16. Shumack, 16. Sam Siwak for WA at 11. And Bryce Hodges, the captain of Queensland, at 10. Corey Dang with a .957 save percentage leads the save percentage. He's played 2 games, gotten 2 wins. Allowed 1 goal so far. So it's just easier for me to grab the gate when I'm standing right in front of it. That's okay. Teams get set for this second period. Victoria out shooting Queensland 11-3 after that first period. 1 penalty to Boland for interference at 5:30. Goals by Lakandula, Chan, Sanlugi, and Terminen. His second. Chan's first and Lakandula's first of the tournament. Face-off win, Barrett. He chips it to the blue line, but not out. Picked up by Molly. He tries to chip it into the corner. Barrett picks it up the left side, up the middle of the ice it comes. Back to Rippon. Hunter Boland. Into the neutral zone. Astafeev picks it up. He's looking for an option. He circles back. Up onto the boards. Back to Astafeev. He tries to get it to his teammate, and that'll go for icing, as it just missed number 4 for Victoria, Lachlan Hodge. Referee Owen Coral comes to the bench. Sharp eye there, noticing the clock had run down 3 seconds during the stoppage. Face-off comes out into the neutral zone. Circling back for it is Hodges. He tries to get it past his man. Knocked down. Back into the zone. That's Mannix. He fires it into the zone. Changes as Dalgety comes onto the ice. Up onto the left wing, over the line, back to the middle of the ice. Picked off. That's number 2 for Queensland, Fixter. He circles back. Onto the ice comes Victoria. Again, had to be careful on the too many men. It gets fired in on goal, and Arthur freezes it for a face-off to the left. Fixter looks like he's skating pretty freely. No ill effects of that lower body injury. Too many men on the faceoff for Queensland as they'd made a change. Off comes Haley. Fired and scored. Lakandula off the faceoff win, back to the point, and he just fires a low, hard shot. That looked like it just went over the pad of the goaltender. This is game 59 of the tournament. Combined Ginsburg and Tange. Boland, he traps it in behind his goal. To the front of the net comes Victoria. They're trying to get it in. That was number 11 for Queensland, or Victoria. Fires it to the net. Up onto the half boards, into the corner. Collins, he gets taken into the boards. Victoria come out to it. They get it to the front of the net, trying the jam play on the side of the net. Behind the goal, gets rimmed back around to the half boards. Picked up by number 6 for Victoria, Porter. But out come Queensland, trying to catch up to the puck is Smith. He can't, chips it ahead, over the blue line. Number 20, Haley, gets to the front of the net. And Smith can't get his stick on it. Back to the blue line. Sanlugi, he gets it deep. Perfect weight on that shot as it gets into the zone, but not icing. Back for it. Into the Victoria zone. Nelson, he gets it up onto the half boards, chipped out of the zone, and Victoria come down 2-on-2 with Queensland getting back hard. 4 players back into the zone. To the front of the net, that's number 3. Terminen, and back comes Queensland, up onto the wing, off the skates of the Victoria player, chipped down the ice. That's Say, he's after it. Back for it is 3 players in the corner. Behind the goal, Rippon, he gets it off the skate up onto the stick, up to Hodges. Hodges chips it off the boards, but straight back out. Onto the half boards, takes the shot. Oh, that looks like it went off the shoulder and off the crossbar possibly. Behind the goal, to the blue line. Nice pass back to the blue line. Gets it through to the side of the net. Back to the front. Victoria with a bit of pressure on. Taking a high hit from Partridge and getting the puck behind the net. Number 3 for Victoria, and it goes off the stick, down the ice, right onto the goaltender. Picked up by Victoria behind the net. They swing out up to the blue line. That's number 10, Lucas Hunter. He chips it ahead, has it in his skates and takes a hit. Barrett backhands it into the zone. Back out to the blue line. Back for it, number 5. He chips it ahead. Into the zone. That's Hunter. Gets it to the net. And again, frozen for a face-off to the left. 15-3, the shots on goal. 4-0 the score, or 5-0 the score, excuse me. Chip down the ice. After it is DeGraff. Into the corner. Back comes number 12. That's Nelson. Into the zone. Behind the goal. Astafeev chips it onto the stick of the Queensland defense. Chipped out into the neutral zone. Going for a change. Number 81, DeGraff. Fired high over the goal by Astafeev. Gets control of it, takes it behind the goal. Looking for an option. Into the corner. That's number 4. Fires the puck high. off the glass, and back comes Smith. He chips it and chases after it. Gets bumped by Lakandula. Puck comes into the slot, high slot at the point. Back into the zone. Lakandula picks it up. Again, looking for options. He spins back. Down he goes. Puck back into the slot. That's Haley takes the shot. That's high and wide. Back to the front of the net. That's Mannix. He fires it across the crease right into the glove of the goaltender, Corey Dang. Back to the blue line. Mannix with the shot, blocked. Back to the middle of the ice. Victoria over the line. That's number 6. Takes the backhand. That goes off the glove of Arthur. Back into the corner. Out of the corner. Number 6 takes a shot off the shin pads to the blue line, but not out. Now it gets chipped out by Partridge. Up to Hodges. Hodges and Partridge. Hodges takes the hard shot. Partridge tries to get it back to the middle of the slot, but only a blue shirt there to pick it up. Back into the corner. Molly, he can't catch up to it. Out to the blue line. Back down the ice comes number 11, Mitchell Collins, one-on-one. Takes the hard shot, deflected, goes to the front of the net. Collins kind of backs into the goaltender and then gets out of the way. Puck back onto the half boards behind the goal. That's Boland. He gets it deep. Sitting at the blue line looking for an opening was Hodges, so no icing on the play. Puck back into the zone, ripping after it. That's Mannix, chips it off the boards. Victoria on the attack. Number 16 over to number 12, right on goal. As Nelson just took a little snapper from the blue line, right into the chest of Arthur's. Puck back into the Queensland zone. Out comes Queensland. That's Smith. Down the right side. He stumbles. Puck goes behind the goal. Good move by Lakandula to avoid a check. Out of the zone it comes. Up onto the stick of number 10 to the front of the net. Tries to get the shot away. Does and fires it. Nice little chip into the top of the goal off the rebound by Collins. Sorry, that's number 18, Downs. Downs gets the rebound. Collins with the initial shot. So that 5th goal, scored by Lakandula, assisted by Porter at 13:38. The 6th goal, a nice little play. Nice little shot by Downs over the shoulder of Arthur. And that puck goes for icing off the face-off. Puck into the high slot, back to the blue line. Barrett fires it into the far corner. Over the stick of his teammate, back to the front of the net. Knocked back into the corner. Number 9 picks it up, and he's going to take a penalty. And Queensland will go to the power play as number 9 for Victoria, Flynn Gower, knocks the stick.
9, Victoria, 2 minutes, slash.
Knocks the stick out of the Queensland player's hands. And Queensland will go to the power play. Back to the blue line. D to B. Into the glove of the goaltender. Face-off win by Queensland off the shin pads of the Victoria player. Recovered and fired down the ice, and back for it goes Boland. Queensland over the line. They get it in deep. Good stick by Mannix, and that's chipped out. It's number 8 for Queensland. Ensign Chan, he dumps it down the ice. Queensland trying to set up for the breakout. Up onto the wing. Over onto the wing to Partridge. He goes over the line. Hodges takes the shot right into the chest of the goaltender for a stoppage. Nobody in front. Face off back to the blue line. Fired. Oh, and that gets deflected wide. Hits the outside of the post. And the net is, or the puck slides under the Zamboni gate for the first one of the day. Face-off win in the Victoria zone. Hodges in against number 8, Anson Chan. 49 seconds to go in this Queensland power play. Face-off win back to the blue line. Almost picking that off was number 3, Terminen. Back to the blue line it goes. Boland gets to the middle, takes the snapshot. That goes off a pad, high and wide. Back to Boland. He flips it up onto the wing, takes it to the half boards behind the goal. Trying to open up space. Intercepted by Victoria. Stolen by Molly. Takes the shot. That's wide. Hodges after it. Molly picks it up. He rims it around behind the goal. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Partridge back to Boland. Boland dumps it back into the zone. Partridge backhand pass picked off almost by number 8 out of the box. That's Anson Chan. Down the ice it goes into the Queensland zone. Back to the blue line. Stanek, he carries it over the line, stops up at the dot, fires it on goal, rebound, back down the ice it goes. That won't go for icing. Tried to get out of the zone, but only Victoria Blue there. Intercepts it to the front of the net, scores. As that clearing attempt kept in at the blue line by number 19, goes behind the goal, gets it right onto the stick of number 9 for the Victoria side, Flynn Gower, for the goal. Nice little tap-in goal in front of the goal. Face-off won by Queensland. They're back into the zone. That's Haley, the alternate captain, going down into the corner with it. Still skating hard, trying to get that first goal for Queensland. Back comes Victoria over the blue line, into the zone, drops it back to the front of the net, intercepted. And back comes number 12 for Queensland, Winston Mannix, to the front of the net. Puck sits there for a second. There's a collision in front that takes down the goaltender, and that's number 16 for Victoria. Leo Lynn taking out his own goaltender. I think he was taken down by the Queensland player. 20-11, the shots on goal. Just lost eSports Desk for a few seconds trying to get the stats loaded up. Back comes Bolin. He gets it back to the blue line, just onside as Hodges got his skates over the line as number 19 brought it into the zone. Behind the goal, almost to the front of the net, picked up by Victoria, number 7. Stick lift by Queensland, but he still has control of it, gets it deep, and Victoria will go for a change. Hodges cheating way out of the Victoria blue line to the front of the net. Hodges comes back, circles around, gets it up on the wing to Partridge. Partridge can't get control of it. One hand on the stick trying to chip it ahead. Into the zone it goes, delayed offside. Hodges, he circles back, looking for an opening, fires a hard shot off of the goaltender's paddle over the glass into the netting. That'll go for a face-off to the left of goaltender Corey Dang. 2:51 to go in this second period. 7-0 the score. False start as the teams encroach into the circle. That last goal, Gower from Say. 4:11 to go. Back comes Victoria. Number 11 crossing the blue line into the zone, gets a shot on goal. That's frozen for a stoppage. Down the wing, Haley, he gets pinched out, fired into the zone by Mannix. After it is his brother, number 4, Barrett Mannix, but it comes back into the Queensland zone. Winston Mannix going back for it. He chips it around the boards to the blue line, not out. Kept in by Barrett. Mannix picks it up again behind the goal. Spins around. In pursuit by number 10, Lucas Hunter. Out comes Mannix. Makes the move against number 10 again. Back into the Queensland zone it goes. 1:50 to go in the period. Up onto the wing. Off the stick. A good stick by the Queensland defense. Into the zone it goes. Astafeev. He goes down. Gets back up again. Tries to get it into the slot. Circles back to the point. Looking for an option. Goes into the corner. Face-off dot. Hard shot. That gets blocked. Swinging back for it is Flynn Gower, the most recent goal scorer. Fired. Good blocker save by Arthur on the low shot from Astafeev. He swings back to the blue line, circles around at the top of the face-off circle, waiting for an opening, drops it off to Alvin Chan. He goes into the front of the net, tries to slide a low shot into the far side. Down goes the Victoria player at the blue line, Astafeev. Up onto the wing as Queensland having a hard time getting it out of their zone. They finally do. Down the right side, back to the front of the goal. Victoria simply outnumbering the Queensland team. On the change, back goes Victoria. And just missing that pass was Hodge. Back to the front of the net. Bodies flying in front. Picked up. That's Smith. He carries it out slowly over the blue line, over center red line, into the zone. Tries to make a move. He goes down. Just lost an edge. Haley pins his man to the boards. Perfect pin as he got his stick on the puck, got control of it, got it to the front of the net, but they just ran out of time. So 7-0 the score. A little bit of chirping back and forth between the players as they go to the bench, and they'll go to the change rooms. 7-0 the score. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the opening faceoff of the third period, and we'll summarize the first two period statistics. For Cass Edwards and Sam Lamb on the camera, this is Chris Langell. We'll see you then. Welcome back, hockey fans. Cockburn Ice Arena in this second last game of the round robin between Victoria and Queensland. No implications on the standings. Both teams with the backups in goal. To the front of the net it goes. Oh, and just missing it. And that gets bounced off the pad. 11 seconds into this third period. And into the goal. That's number 2, Joseph Zanlugi. That second period, 3 goals. Lankandula from Porter at 13:38. Say from Terminen and Hunter at 7:19. And Gower from Say at 4:11 to make the score 7-0. And then 11 seconds into this third period, over the blue line, or from behind the net, jammed it off the pads of goaltender Arthur for the 8th goal of the game. 9-8 the shots on goal for Victoria in that second period. So a close one shots on goal wise, 0 for 1 on the power play with the 1 penalty in that second period to number 9 for Victoria, Gower, for slashing. And off the face-off in the Queensland zone, picked up by Astafeev at the blue line, over to number 16, takes the shot. Leo Lynn back into the corner. Victoria using all of their lines. I believe they've got 4 lines in the lineup, and all 4 lines getting action as they're setting up for the semifinal this afternoon. Back to the blue line. Arthur can't get it onto the skates. Into her pads it goes, and that gets fired into the net, but rolls in after the stoppage. As number 8 for Victoria, Anson Chan, questioning that stoppage. But the referee blew the whistle, and in international hockey, unlike NHL, as soon as the whistle blows, the play is dead. Situations in the NHL have occurred when the whistle blows, the puck is still in motion, it slides between the goaltender's pads into the net, and it counts as a goal. Not true, and off the face-off. How do you do from the point? Number 12, off of the back leg, just whacks at that puck high. Winston Mannix over the shoulder of Arthur to make it 9-0 for Victoria. And with the scoreline, Victoria has belayed any further flybys at the bench. A muted celebration. So good sportsmanship shown by the Victoria side in that case. Victoria, though, pressing for more. So they've got Queensland tied into the zone. Out comes Haley. He chips it up onto the boards to Smith. Smith takes a hit. Stick comes into the penalty box right behind us here. And the net gets knocked off the moorings. And referee Owen Coral blows the play down. Face-off will come back into the Victoria zone to the right of the goaltender. In on the draw, Partridge up against Anson Chan. One behind the goal by Victoria. Hodges, he picks up the puck as he takes down the Victoria player. Bumped along the boards. Puck is frozen by Hodges in the zone. Looks like we're going to have a penalty. In the corner. I didn't see. 24 for Queensland, or 44 for Queensland.
44 Queensland, 2 minutes, roughing.
And number 44 for Queensland. Ozzie Partridge coming to the box. You heard the referee's call, 2 minutes for roughing. And Victoria will go to the power play. Their power play only clicking at a 13% rate on 22 opportunities for the tournament prior to this game. Queensland 90% on the penalty kill on 21 penalties against. Again, prior to this game. Back to the blue line it goes. Onto the half boards. That's number 6 with it, Porter. Back to the blue line. Fired high. Oh, that bounces on top of the net. And no goal is the call. Looks like that might have been off the glove of the Victoria net player into the goal. So referee very emphatic on that call. No goal, face off outside the zone. The puck bounced off the glove of Arthur onto the top of the net. And I believe the Victoria player may have knocked it into the net with his glove. Couldn't actually see it. Might be able to pick it up on the replay. Or if you're watching at home, rewinding and looking at the goal again. Back into the corner it goes. Face-off came outside the line in that case. Back to the blue line. Hard shot off of Arthur. Back to the blue line it goes. That's number 12 with it, Nelson. Over onto the half boards. Chan, he gets it to the front of the net. Back to the blue line. Good keep in by Nelson. Off the skates and stick. Out comes, that's DeGraff. He fell down on the partial breakaway. We've got a Queensland player back in the zone injured. Didn't see what happened. That's Sammy Rippon down on the ice. We're just looking at the replay, and yes, it is batted into the net by the glove of the Victoria player. Good pickup on the replay by our producer and owner, Cass Edwards. Rippon comes off the ice. Not sure what happened there, but he's definitely struggling a bit. The referees confer to see if anybody picked anything up on the play. Nothing comes of it. Hodges, he comes off, doesn't look pleased. So I didn't see what happened. Somebody might have picked it up on the screen, but anyway, Rippon off the ice. Hopefully he's okay. Back down the right-hand side comes Victoria on the power play. They get it deep, overskating the puck, pinned in the corner. Queensland, that's Boland up against the boards. Face off, or the puck comes out of the skates to the blue line, chipped to the blue line, but not out. Back it goes into the corner. Porter back to the blue line, picks it up, not to Alvin Chan. Good keep in, rimmed around the boards on that high shot attempt. 10 seconds to go in this power play. To the blue line. And penalty's over. Out of the box comes Partridge. Looking for that breakaway pass. Just misses him. As the puck deflected off the boards all the way down. And Partridge had a glorious opportunity if his teammate could have gotten the puck onto the tape. Full strength now. Victoria chips it across to no one, and Haley intercepts. Down the ice he comes. 3-on-2. Queensland takes the shot off the shin pads of Barrett. And that goes wide. Back out into the neutral zone. I don't think Haley realized he had two of his teammates with him on that 3-on-1. Little shoulder head and scan would help in that situation. But Queensland, they have to go back behind their goal, setting it up onto the wing. Hodges, he goes for a change down the left side. That's number 12 with it. Takes it over, makes a move through the legs, takes it behind the goal. Contact with the goaltender as he gets knocked back into the net and dislodges the pegs. And a bit slow to get up was Dang, but he's fine. Face-off will come to the right of the goaltender. 10:14 to go in the period. 33-11 shots on goal in favor of Victoria with a 9-0 lead. Just looking down the bench, Rippon standing up. Hasn't gotten back into the game yet, but looks like he's okay. Coffee delivery over the wall. Nice to see. Back into the corner it goes. Partridge behind the goal. Barrett gives him a light bump. Up onto the half boards. Picked up by Partridge. Onto the stick of Hodges. He tries the one-handed move. Gets it to the front of the net. Backhand on goal. Smothered by Dang. As Hodges continued to poke at the puck. And a change. 9:40 to go in this third period. Again, a bit of a discussion between the players coming off the ice. Friendly banter, some of it maybe not so friendly. Onto the half boards. Out comes Victoria again, 2-on-2. 3 Queensland players back. Reverse pass to the front of the net, that puck goes, and Arthur can't smother it, but makes the stop. Tries the high shot, looking for that top shelf over the shoulder of Arthur's, but she gets the post. Tries the cross seam pass off a skate. That comes down the ice. Barrett after it. Smith in pursuit. Up onto the boards it goes. Back into the zone comes Victoria. Hard shot deflected off the shin pads into the corner. Dalgety after it. Back comes Queensland. Hodges looking for the play. DeGraff takes it over the blue line into the corner. Takes the shot, looking for that rebound. And glove by Dang for a stoppage with Hodges going hard to the net. Good rush by Queensland. Well defended by Victoria as they had numbers back. Now just trying to preserve the shutout for the goaltender. Only let in 1 goal so far this tournament in 2 games. Back to center ice, fired back into the zone on the delayed offside. Victoria setting it up. Blocked at the blue line. Back comes Astafeev. He reverses with a little punch stop. Gets it out onto the right-hand wing, in over the blue line. Making the move to the front of the net. Oh, and just missing that little deflection in front was number 8, Chan. Astafeev, he gets it over to Chan, takes the shot. Oh, that goes off the post. Nice little feed by Astafeev to Chan, to the blue line. Big hit by Hodges. He's going to take a penalty as he takes number 12. And a little bit of contact there in front as Boland makes contact with his man. And Queensland will be going to the box. Number 77, Hunter Boland. His second visit to the penalty box today.
How much ice time do you get at Worlds? How much ice time do you get at Worlds?
4-minute penalty. That's what the referee said. 4-minute penalty. Only 2 up on the board.
Keep it clean, buddy. Yeah, I don't care. I do. Huh? I do.
Face off to the right. Still trying to get the penalty sorted.
He just flopped. He just flopped.
Boland for slashing. Just trying to clarify whether it's a 2 or 4. The referee came to the center ice area and said 4 minutes. It is 4 minutes to Hunter Boland. Back to the blue line. Setting up to the front of the net. Oh, great deflection. Great save by Arthur. Still a bit of a scrum in front of the net. Looks like we've got penalties on the play. To the box for Queensland. That's Fred Hawes. Roughing will be the call, as Queensland is down 2 men there now. Didn't like the Victoria player coming in on his goaltender after the stoppage.
They have no reason to come in there after, right? That's why that started.
Why they didn't?
Face-off win by Victoria. 5-on-3, looking for that high shot. And that goes off the shoulder and stays out. Face-off to the goaltender's right. Arthur, she resets her mask and headgear. Queensland been very good on the penalty kill, 90%. D-to-D, Barrett takes the shot low, looking for that deflection in front, and a good clearance by Smith. Out into the neutral zone. Back comes Victoria to the front of the net. Again, good stick in front by number 21 for 20 for Queensland. Back behind the net, takes it hard to the front. A little bit more argy-bargy there in front. We're going to have more penalties. As number 11, Fred Hawes, or no, number 12, that is, Winston Mannix, grabs his man, number 11, for Victoria, Mitchell Collins. We're not sure whether it'll be even up penalties or just the Victoria player, Smith, that is. Smith coming to the box. And Collins to the box. So Collins grabbing the head of 42 Smith for roughing call. So 5-on-3. The penalty to Smith won't start until the first penalty to, I guess the second penalty to Hawes ends. He's got 2 and Boland has 4. Off the face-off win. D-to-D. Good one-timer from the blue line. Great save by the goaltender. Arthur gets the pad down. Back to Astafeev. Good blocker save. That goes to the front of the net. Gets behind. Astafeev picks it up again. Back to the point. Back to Astafeev on the half boards. Tries to get it cross crease. And out on it is Haley. He can't catch up to it. It goes back into the corner. Picked up by Fixter. He flips it high. Just out over the blue line. Yeah. Still a 5-on-3. The Queensland player will have to wait for a whistle to come out of the box when his penalty ends. Fired into the zone behind the goal. Astafeev. He gets it off the shin pads and out in front. And Haley's after it. He fires it to the blue line, but not out.
Yeah, 28. Go.
No, you're 5-on-3. You can't go out until a whistle. Sorry, penalty box attendant here as well. No.
He just said I could go. We can go.
Yeah? So 11 jumped onto the ice. He shouldn't be on the ice. That's the whistle. We'll get this clarified now, as number 11 should have stayed in the box, as they were 5-on-3, and that second penalty, or third penalty, wasn't meant to start. Doesn't really have any implications on the game, but so I had the linesman telling me he had to come onto the ice, but the official on the bench, Matt Gregory, saying no. So that penalty is over. Regardless, it's over now, and he's on the ice, and we're 5-on-3 for.
Do something. You gonna keep flopping or what? Are you gonna keep flopping? Where you at Wells, Mitch? Where you at Wells? Where you at Wells? You're watching on the screen. You're watching the fucking stream, buddy. You're watching the stream. Hey, how about you pick the Wells one here, buddy? You're watching the stream while I was playing.
Some friendly banter back and forth from the penalty box. Still trying to clarify those penalties. 3:39 is when the penalty expires. To number 77, Boland. Back into the zone. Good save by Arthur. Boland's back on the ice at 3:39.
Okay, next whistle then. Next whistle.
Just trying to figure out when these players are out of the box. 77 at 3:39.
Next whistle.
Next whistle?
Next whistle.
He goes out at 3:09, right? 3:39. Oh. Playing 5-on-4. Boland out of the box at 3:39.
No, I can't. It's 3:39.
Go, go, Boland.
That's what I'm doing here.
Higher to the front of the net. 3:22 to go. Definitely some confusion on that. But all even now. Back to the front of the net, Arthur with the stoppage. Oh, and off the face-off, taken down is number 3 for Victoria. We're going to have another penalty. Back to visit us for a third time this period, I believe.
77 Queensland, 2 minutes, tripping.
Hunter Boland into the box. Bad luck day for the young man. Third visit to the box. Hopefully this is simpler than the last set of penalties to try and figure out. Face-off won by Victoria. Trying to get it to the front of the net. Picked off. Back comes DeGraff. He can't get it past his man at the blue line. Back into the zone it goes. Across the front of the net, up onto the wing. Chipped ahead. Picked off by Queensland. Dumped back to the blue line. Alvin Chan over the blue line. Swings it back. Back to the blue line, fanned on the shot. As coming across the blue line was Zanlugi, and he can't get it. Back into the zone, pinning it against the boards with his skates. Out comes Victoria again, over the blue line. Into the corner, to the blue line. Out comes Queensland. Fixter over the blue line, fires it into the zone, scores! As Fixter took the shot just outside the blue line, avoided a check. It went awkwardly in on the goaltender and slid under the pad into the goal to break the goosehead for Queensland on the penalty kill. I believe that's Nathan Fixter's first goal at the TANGE level. Short-handed goal. Big smile on the young man's face. Minute 58 to go. 47 seconds in the power play for Victoria. That's Victoria's second short-handed goal against for the tournament. Fired into the zone. DeGraff onto the ice for Smith. Victoria down the middle of the ice, cutting back, almost losing the balance was number 11 Collins, and loses control of the puck up onto the half boards. Good stick by Barrett. Back comes Chan, I believe that is. No, that's number 11 Collins. He gets it onto the far post to Barrett. deflected high over the glass into the netting. 10 seconds to go in this power play. Onto the ice he goes. Penalty's over. Boland. Good thing he was paying attention. Back to the blue line. Last minute of play in this game. Over to Barrett. He gets it down low. To the space-off dot. Scores. As number 11 curled out of the zone off the pass from Barrett to the top of the face-off circle and fires a high shot over the shoulder of Arthurs to put Victoria
You're sick, man.
.10-1 the score. Battling in the middle of the ice. D to D off the stick of Dalgety. He gets it down the ice. Victoria pick it up. 30 seconds to go. Over to Chan, Alvin Chan. He brings it down the ice up the right-hand side. Backhands it in behind the goal. Haley, he picks it up. Cross ice pass to Fixter. He's on his man, trying to retrieve that puck. Chipped up onto the half boards, and out of the zone it goes. Hit in the corner. And that should just about do it as the final horn goes. And this game ends 10-1 in favor of Victoria. In that third period, Zanlugi from Porter and Chan at 14:49 to make it 8-0. Nelson from Chan at 14:09. Then Fixter unassisted, the shorthanded goal, 1:58 to go. And then 30 seconds or 50 seconds after that, Collins from Zanlugi and Say. Third period penalties to Partridge for roughing, Boland for cross-checking, Hawes for roughing, Collins for roughing, Boland for tripping. Shots on goal in that third period, 24-4 for Victoria. They're 0 for 5 on the power play and giving up a shorthanded goal. Queensland 0 for 2. Final shots on goal, as I said, 47-15. Final score from Cockburn Ice Arena, 10-1 for Victoria. We'll take a short break and we'll be back for the next game of the morning. Again, the final game in the TANGE tournament in the round robin. South Australia taking on ACT, Forecast Edwards and Samuel Lamb. This is Chris Langell. We'll see you then. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
Guys.